Trucker Sam here. How you doing? All right, just a little update on my location. I'm on Interstate 24, Kentucky, exit 27 at the Loves. About 400 miles, give or take, from where I'm going in Georgia. Like 5.5, 6 hours, something like that. So I'll deliver tomorrow. Okay, so Obama, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Obama was up in Gary, Indiana, talking about our economy had more jobs in the last 21 months of his presidency than the first 21 months since he's been gone, since Trump's had it. Which I'd like for someone to do some fact checking. Also, this is what he's telling all them people up in Gary, Indiana. He's telling them that the only thing the Republicans wanted to do was do away with the health care and the pre-existing conditions. He's talking about he got 300 and some thousand people health care, hard-working people health care, when Obamacare, when Affordable Health Care Act passed. And I'm thinking, what that did was that made people working like me pay for people not working to have insurance. And they penalized me if I couldn't afford it. So if somebody isn't working, they get government health care. They get food stamps. They get insurance through welfare and whatnot. And they don't get penalized. They didn't have to pay that tax. But somebody like me, I'm working my ass off. I'm making money. And I can't afford to pay the fucking health care. So they just penalize me. So everything he's saying up there is a bold-faced lie. He's saying that the Republicans are now saying that pre-existing conditions, they're going to make sure that if you have pre-existing conditions, that's not going to go away. And he's telling people that if you vote for a Republican, that they're going to take it away. And I'm telling you, listen, I don't care if they take it away or not, to be honest with you. And that might upset a lot of you with disabilities, or, you know, you have pre-existing conditions of some sort. Because it's not that insurance companies before the Affordable Health Care Act would not cover somebody that had a pre-existing condition. What they did is they had a time limit that they had to be on the insurance before their insurance would cover them or whatever condition they had. I mean, think about it. Just think about it. It's insurance companies, they're not there to fucking be there for the good of the people and give people money if they need it for their medical. That's not the purpose of healthcare. The purpose of insurance, or that's not the purpose of insurance. The purpose of health insurance is for the insurance company. It's to make money, okay? It's a business. An insurance company, they're there betting. You're young, you're healthy, you're going to pay in to the insurance company a premium, and we're betting that if you're young and healthy and you're not high risk, like smoker or some shit, that you won't need any drastic, you're not going to be in a car accident, you're not going to get hurt at work or something like that. That's what they're betting. And they have hundreds of thousands or millions of people collecting insurance premiums. And the people that they pay off that have claims, are way smaller than the money they got coming in. The minute that an insurance company isn't making money, they're not going to be there. They're not going to offer you insurance for that. So picture it like this, people. Picture there's a car shop that paints cars. That's all they do. It's like Mako. They paint cars. Now say there's this guy that he bought a car fucking 10 years ago, and it wasn't really the car he wanted, but the car was everything that him and his wife wanted. You know, with the way it was set up and all that. Hey, John. So, the only thing missing was the color. So he gets with his wife, and they're like, look, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this car the color that we wanted, because it was the only car that the dealer had, and it was everything that we wanted, just the color was off. So they take this car to this paint dealership, or Mako, this place that paints cars, right? And they get a quote, you know, $5,000 to paint their car the color they want, right? And that's the way it is. The car did just the way they bought it. No accidents, no fender benders, not a mark on it, just the wrong color. Then you got Joe Blow over here. He's got the same car. Hell, it might even be the same color these people wanted. Same year, same everything, except he's got a dent in the fucking back side, right side of the car. And there's dents in the fucking front end of the car. He pulls up to that paint dealer, that Mako place. 2 cars, same. One, nothing wrong with it. The other one, same year, same everything. It's got dents in the back, dents in the front. Under Obama's rule, pre-existing conditions, this car coming in got a pre-existing condition. The shit was there when the guy bought the car. But he wants his shit looking like this guy's shit. Right? So, under Obama's thing, that they should charge him $5,000 to do the work on this one as the same as this one, even if it costs the insurance company $8,000 or $10,000 to fix all the dents and the body work before they paint it. If the insurance company does that, the insurance company is going to be out of business. You can't pay more than you're bringing in, okay? So, with people with pre-existing conditions, you've got to do one of 2 things. There either needs to be a waiting period. Pretty good, John. There either needs to be a waiting period if you have a pre-existing condition and you change insurance companies. There's going to be a hold to where you're paying into it for a year before they start taking care of anything to do with the injury. Because here's what happens. Some people will go and not carry insurance. They're going to get a car that's paid for or whatever. This shit happens. They're going to go get a car. They pay cash for it. And they're like, fuck it. I can't afford that goddamn liability insurance. They want to drive that car around. The moment somebody smacks into them, they want to call an insurance company up. Say, yeah, I want to put liability insurance on this car, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll fucking call, the next day they'll call in and they got a claim. Rates go up. It's not fair. It's not fair to me if somebody with pre-existing conditions comes on, that my rates are going to go up because of this person. So I think the way it was before was fine. But you know, I don't have nothing against it. I mean, if insurance companies can work it to where they can cover anybody, even with pre-existing conditions, I say go for it. But for Obama to sit there and fucking say that the Republicans don't care, you should have listened to him today. He's taking credit for our economy. And what people don't realize is the reason why our economy is doing what it's doing today is because when Trump got in office, he did exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to fucking roll back regulations, the EPA. He was going to, you know, Keystone Pipeline, all this shit, put coal miners back to work, all this shit, cut taxes, all this shit that Obama did the opposite of. Trump came in and just technically used his eraser and erased all that shit, and our economy blew up. And there's about to be a red wave, a red wall. There's a blue wave coming, and a red wall is going to come up and stop it come Tuesday. Everybody, you watch. You watch this shit. These Democrats, they are very aggressive. They are very aggressive. They Make America Great hats off of children in restaurants. They take Make America Great hats off college students on campus. They burn our flag. They protest. They march in the streets in major cities like St. Louis and Charlotte and all around Houston and Dallas. They shoot our police officers. Obama, he wasn't there telling these people when they were shooting our police officers. Obama wasn't there telling them to stop. He was pretty much taking the side of the Black Lives Matter movement and saying the police need to not be so aggressive. Obama didn't call for it to stop. Hell, he had women, mothers of Black Lives Matters, mothers of black thugs that were shot or killed by police officers. He had the mothers at the White House. He endorsed this division in our country. He divided our country more during his 8 years than any fucking president in history. Obama drove a wedge through us. Trump is bringing us back. If you're patriotic, if you're American, if you enjoy having low unemployment, if you enjoy the stock market going up and making money in your 401k, if you enjoy having a choice in where you work, because everybody's hiring, then you need to vote Republican. You need to get out. You need to drag your neighbor. If you've never voted, you're fucking 60 years old. Go vote Tuesday. Because I promise you, if you don't vote and the Democrats do, this shit's all gonna change. I'm telling you, my truck's running good. Get out the vote. These Hollywood actors and actresses, everybody's trying. I don't understand why these people with money, millionaires, Hollywood stars, are brainwashed by the Democrats. I don't understand how they can't see that all these people coming into our country illegally is okay. I mean, apparently they don't see the violence. They don't see the languages. They don't see that when foreigners come into our country, they're supposed to simulate. They're supposed to learn United States history. They're supposed to learn to read and write in English. They can still love the country that they came from, but if they become a citizen, they're now a citizen of the United States. Don't come to my country and think, well, I'm going to fly the Mexican flag or the Guatemalan flag or whatever, and I'm coming up here to get away. What do they call it when they're running from their country because of a fear of death or whatever? Don't come here waving your flag when you're coming here. If your country's so great, go fucking back to your country. I don't understand why you're coming to the United States anyway. Mexico, they already speak Spanish in Mexico. The government has already set up you understand. And then the Democrats in Washington, D.C. want to lower the voting age to 16 years old. They won't let a 16-year-old buy a gun. They won't let a 16-year-old buy alcohol, cigarettes, tobacco. Hell, they won't even let a 16-year-old join the military. Okay? But they want to let a 16-year-old vote. You know why? So they can take your guns away. So that they get these 16-year-olds to vote. They'll brainwash them in school, and then they'll get all these fucking teenagers in there to vote and take your guns away and do all that. I would love to see them pass a law saying 16-year-olds could vote, and then 16-year-olds go in there and fucking change the laws and make, smoking weed legal in all 50 states and lower the drinking age and all that shit. It'd backfire on them. But, these same 16-year-olds are the ones saying that, the ones snorting condoms, the one eating Tide Pods, the ones wanting to throw rocks at somebody carrying a gun. There was a school in Pennsylvania that handed out rocks in their classrooms. So if somebody came up with a gun in their school, like a school shooting, the school could throw rocks at them. What the fuck is this? Middle East? What? Rocks? Really? I don't know. All I know is y'all need to vote. Please, for the love of God, if you love your children, you love your country, you're patriotic, you love your veterans, you love your health care. Health care prices are starting to go down. Okay? Obama says they're going up by $800 in Indiana this year because the Republicans undermined his Affordable Health Care Act and tried to defund it and everything. And it's going up. He lied after lied. You can keep your doctor. Your premiums won't go up. Well, they went up like 47%, and you couldn't keep your doctor. Okay? So that's easy to fact check. So he's telling all these people, if you can Google his speech tonight in Gary, Indiana, go and watch what Obama is telling these people. These Democrats need woke up. They need spoke to like the gospel. Like if you're religious, you care about your religious freedom, you need to vote Republican. Democrats were KKK. Democrats had slaves. Republicans have put more women in power, in business, in politics, than any Democrat in anything. The Republicans put the first African American House of Representatives, or the first senator that was black, was a Republican. I mean, y'all, these Democrats, they're not even Democrats anymore. They're Looney Tunes. They're socialism, communism. They're out to take your freedom away. I'm telling you, it's the only way you can change it is by voting. The only way you can keep them. We're on pace to undoing and fix everything that happened over the last 8 years. Obama is out campaigning so hard because about the only thing he has left that he's done as a president is the Affordable Health Care Act. It's still a law, but the individual mandate has been rescinded. Like, it's no longer a penalty if you don't have insurance for the year. You don't have to pay a tax. So that's about the only thing he's got left. And he's afraid that if we maintain control of the House and the Senate, that's going to go before Trump's gone. And the only thing Obama's going to have to show for his presidency is his picture in the fucking White House. Okay? And in the history books, there's going to be a long list underneath that he was the worst president in history. I'm not being racist. I'm being honest. President Trump, you know, my all-time favorite president was George W. Bush. And then Trump came. And I'm going to tell you, Trump has done more for minorities, African Americans, the Spanish, than Obama ever did. Okay, what did Obama do? He gave you a fucking phone. He gave you food stamps, whatever. He gave you hope. And at the end of the day, and 8 years later, what did that hope give you, African Americans? You minorities. What did that hope give you? What did it bring you? It brought you Affordable Health Care Act. It brought you food stamps. It was like, I don't know how many million, 1.4 million or 3 million people on food stamps after his 8 years. That's not jobs. That's people sitting at home not doing it, collecting money that taxpayers have to pay for. He gave you a fucking Obama phone, affordable health care phone. So you could call up your dealer and get you some weed and pay with it with your food stamps. What did Obama do? He gave you hope that all these rich people and all these white privileged people and all these big corporations were going to pay their fair share, and you can sit back and not do anything. They're going to pay for your insurance, they're going to pay for your food, and they're going to go out and work. They're going to drive small cars, not big SUVs. This is all shit that they were talking about. Okay? They're going to shut down the coal mines. They're going to shut down this. They're going to make you buy that. This is reality. Now, what's Trump done for you African Americans? For all Americans. What has Trump done for all Americans? Lowest unemployment rate, like ever, for African Americans. Last 50 years, anyway. Last 50 years. There's more African Americans working today than in the last 50 years. Okay? Obama couldn't say that. And he's an African American. Why didn't he get you the jobs? Because he taxed you. People wasn't going to fucking hire. Because they want $15 minimum wage at McDonald's for people to make your order not right. So you get a fish fillet and you get your fish bottom bun here your filet halfway over here, your cheese over here, and your top bun over there, and they fucking get your drink wrong. They want $15 an hour. Companies weren't going to fucking hire $15 an hour and have to pay through the nose on taxes. Trump has got more African Americans working, more minorities working than any president in modern history. Our economy is busting at the seams. And it's even going to go higher if we maintain the House and the Senate come Tuesday. You're going to see more records. I'm predicting you're going to see the stock market go up. Wall Street thought for sure that we were going to lose the House. We were going to maintain the Senate, but we were going to lose the House. I got news for you. If we keep the House and the Senate, the stock market's going to go that way. Y'all need to vote. You can't get nowhere on hope. You can hope that the tooth fairy's come, but at the end of the day, we know all about the tooth fairy. You can hope that Santa's gonna come, and we know at the end of the day, hope don't bring Santa. We can hope that tomorrow's gonna be a warm day, and we have no control over that. It might be warm, it might not be. Maybe that's one place where you could hope on something. But pretty much we've got the weather down now. 20, 30 years ago, it was hit or miss. Pretty much now they've got the weather down. There's no hoping to it. Hope don't get you anywhere. It feels good to hope. It feels good to have faith. But at the end of the day, it's about work. It's about what you do to get from point A to point B. It's what you do for yourself, and it's what you do for your country. Like John F. Kennedy said, don't ask what your country can do for you, but what can you do for your country? That's it. Don't hope. Because if everybody sat around and hoped, nothing would get done. Have any of y'all watched Survivor? You get people that come on Survivor when they very first start. There's a tribe. 5 of them, 8 of them, 10 of them. You got your workers. Right? You got your workers. We got to build shelter. First thing we got to do is build our shelter. There's people that take charge. They go out, get palms, get bamboo, whatever they got to do. Get shit to tie the shit with, cordage, And there's some people that just sit around and they're not concerned about it. Maybe they're hoping that the other people will do it for them. And they will. They will. There's going to be people that do it. And then ones that are just kicked back, hoping that the others will do it, they're probably going to get voted off. Because nobody likes doing anything for anybody else when they're forced to do it. I'll give you a couple examples. If everybody on Survivor, the very first day, fucking sat there and said, man, I sure wish we had a shelter. They go to bed, freezing, cold, in the elements. They wake up the next day, if they got any sleep, and they'd say, well, we didn't get any shelter last night or yesterday. I sure hope we get some today. That's what hope brings you. Now, there's constructive hope and there's bullshit hope. What I just told you is bullshit hope. Now, there's constructive hope. Like, everybody's working to build the shelter. And there's hope like, man, I sure hope we put this together strong and that it holds up to the wind. That's a different kind of hope. That's like, you know, that's like, is my work good enough? Is what I did for myself or my tribe or my country, is it going to be good enough? Because you're not sure. You're not sure until it's put to the test. The first rainstorm that comes through and it holds, you're going to have a satisfaction, a self-satisfaction, a tribal satisfaction, a country satisfaction, like, wow, we did that. We built that. Nobody built that for us. We did it. And, you know, I hope that it was strong enough, and it was. And that's the best. Self-satisfaction. And that's what our country needs. If you're sitting around like Obama, hoping that somebody's going to pay your bills, somebody's going to pay your insurance, somebody's going to pay your grocery bill, and someone's going to give you a phone, you know, dream on, because you're going to get voted off the island. Now, you're not going to get voted out of America, but that shit's going to dry up, because ain't nobody going to want to be around you. Ain't no respectable, hard-working person gonna want to be around somebody that wants to be a thug. That's right, John. That wants to be a thug and just take. This president has done more for our country, not white people, not black people, not American Indians, not Mexicans or Spanish. This president is a president of the people. And right now, the president needs your support. He's doing this president is the very first president in modern history to actually do what he said he was going to do on his campaign. He said he was going to cut taxes. He cut taxes. He said he was going to build a wall. He's trying like hell to build the wall. He has built it in some places. He said he was going to build our military up. We were going to be number one again. He's building our military up. He said we're going to start winning again. We're winning again. He said he was going to get jobs, generate jobs, and lower the unemployment. He's doing that, and he has done that. He said that he's going to renegotiate NAFTA between Mexico and Canada because we're getting the shitty end of the deal. It's really no deal. And by God, he's done that. And everybody laughed at him. He said he's going to renegotiate with fucking Russia and China. He's done that. He has made it further than any president in the last 60 fucking years when it comes to North Korea. Actually, North Korea and South Korea have shaken hands. They're working together now. Those two countries are working together now. I mean, what kind of results do you need? Do you need a president like Obama who bowed to the fucking sheik over in Saudi Arabia? He bowed to that guy. He bowed and apologized for America. You know, Iran, Saudi Arabia, all these fucking countries, Obama, him and his cabinet, apologized. Fuck, Trump don't apologize. United States don't apologize. I mean, this president is making history. Like Abraham Lincoln, like George Washington. Trump is going to go down as one of the president that saved our country. You're living in history right now. They're going to write about this president. The fake news is going to write about this president. Probably bad. But in due time, they talked bad about Reagan too. Reaganomics and triponomic or trickle down economics and shit. But now he's like one of the best fucking presidents in history. They're gonna talk shit about Trump too. You know, they talk Clinton up. They talk the Bushes down. But look at the oil prices. Look at the fucking oil prices. They're tanked. If you don't realize this next week, watch the gas prices at the pump. You may even see gas under $2 a gallon in some states. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. That's all I got to say. I know that was a lot, but it's very important. Y'all vote. Red wall. Anyway, that's all I got. This is Super Trucker Sam. Later, bitches.